Hi, this is Melissa from Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia here. I wanted to jump on today and do a video to let you know why I wrote my book, Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia, My Journey Fighting Chronic Pain, Chronic Fatigue and Insomnia. It's available on Amazon now. This is an exciting achievement for me. This is my Have Fibro, Do It Anyway goal, and I feel like it was really important to let you know why I wrote it, why I spent so much of my precious energy to put it out there. There is a quote which has resonated with me for much of my life. It is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. And it was part of my mission. I started my blog years ago to share my journey. I had taken a long time to get to a diagnosis. I spent a lot of years fighting pain and fatigue without knowing why or what it might be, or that I could even do anything to affect my quality of life. Now I know that I can affect my quality of life, and that my quality of life is really important. Anytime someone tries to tell me that I should be working full-time, or that I should do this or do that or whatever, or try to do all the things that everybody else does, I want to scream that my quality of life counts. My life at this point is just so different than 10 years ago. I was 25 when I moved from a cold city to a warmer city and started my journey to wellness. I just had this instinct that if I could reduce my work hours, then I would have some space to maybe feel a bit better. And it was the best thing to do. It was the start of changing everything for me. I really wasn't living a nice life before. I was really struggling. It wasn't fun. I was sick. I was sore. I was so tired every day. It was a real slog. I mean, looking back, I just don't even know how I kept going. It was purely willpower. So this book is what I wish that someone had given to me all those years ago, when I was given my diagnosis, or when I was fighting to try and live anyway. I want to save you from spending all those years fighting on your own. I was alone, nobody understood, and there was no real information out there. It took me a long time to even have the ability to start researching and experimenting. So this book lays it out, everything I did, and explains my journey. And it was a long journey, and I don't want it to take so long for you. Now, I mean, it would be great if I could give you a specific detailed roadmap of exactly what to do to limit your pain and fatigue, but we're all different. We all have unique makeups. We all have unique ways that we ended up developing the illness, and the symptoms affect us differently. But this is everything I have learnt with my experience and the research that I've done. So hopefully something in there really works for you, or at least puts you on the journey to finding what does work for you, knowing everything that has helped me. Self-efficacy is vital in managing this illness. So my journey to betterment didn't start until I said, no doctor is helping me, I better start doing this work myself. And even after I started doing the work and then was referred to specialists, I was pretty disappointed. They don't have a lot to offer. Some of them have medicine. Some of them tell you shouldn't be on medicine. Some of them try to tell you that you should be doing what they say and stop researching and leave it to the experts. But I wouldn't be where I am today without doing this work myself. And I can honestly say that if I had to go back to the way I was living, especially knowing all these things I can do, knowing that I can impact my life, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to be alive doing that. So I have done all this hard work, but it is still hard work to maintain it. And so I keep going with my coping mechanisms every day. I do my best to ignore the message that I'm not enough or not doing enough. And I cope with this illness as best as I can. So I spent 5 years writing about my experiments and the research on my blog. So there's 170 posts over there if you want to go and wade through that as well. I will say I still live with the effects of chronic pain and fatigue every day. I still definitely feel the effects all day, every day, but my quality of life is 100 times better, and I achieve more now than I ever did before, and I have a renewed sense of hope that it could get even better again. And so I just hope that everything in my book gives you a sense that you could have that hope too, and I really hope that something works for you the way it has worked for me. And as a special bonus that I've created for people who purchased the book for 11th of February, I made a e-course, You versus Fibromyalgia, Arm Yourself with Knowledge. It's a 5-lesson course, and it goes through what fibromyalgia is, my 6 tips, my 9 tips of what worked for me, why I consider sleep as king, and a sneak peek at pregnancy and parenting and nursing with fibromyalgia. This is a subject of its own full e-course, but I've included that as a lesson in the You versus Fibromyalgia course. So that's kind of like a companion to the book. Hopefully it takes you one step further and really pushes you forward on your journey. I would love to hear your story. I would love to hear about your favorite thing that you do to cope. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like my video, and I'll leave a link below so that you can sign up to access my free resource page. I've got a few templates and reports and micro courses in there that can also get you started, and I'll also leave the link to my book, and I really hope it helps you. Thanks. Bye.